right, this is actually something quite special. Our next guest not only he invented. This is the man who invented the electric guitar and changed the sound of music forever. For 2 decades with his wife, Mary Ford, he was one of America's most popular entertainers. I believe we have some videotape now of one of his shows that he would do, 170 daily TV shows. This is back in the 1950s.
Why don't we get your mind off of it and let's do How High the Moon.
Somewhere there's music, I'll paint the tune. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon.
Okay, I actually remember that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Les Paul. Les Paul, ladies and gentlemen. All right, come on over.
Thank you.
Sounded terrific. Have a seat here, Les. Now, this is, I'm guessing, again, it's a silly question. This is the Les Paul guitar, isn't it?
Yes, it sure
Obviously.
is.
Now, what does that mean? I know very little about guitars, so tell me how that one is different from another guitar.
Well, the fact that it's a solid body electric guitar versus a hollow body acoustical instrument. And the idea was many years ago, way back in the late 20s, it dawned on me that acoustical guitar, nobody could hear it.
How did that occur to you?
Well, it occurred to me by working at a hamburger stand out halfway between Milwaukee and Waukesha. And my problem was the tips were low. And
You're playing guitar at a hamburger place?
Yeah. And I used my mother's radio and a mouthpiece from a telephone. And so they could hear my voice, and they could hear the harmonica rack and me singing the hillbilly songs, but they couldn't hear the guitar.
So you made your own microphone, your own amplification system for your voice?
For my voice, then I had to say, hey, I got to do something about the guitar. So I took a phonograph pickup and jabbed it in the top of the guitar, and I'll be darned if the tips didn't increase, and it began to prove helpful to be amplified, the guitar.
Now, how did the early version of that work? How did it sound?
Well, it didn't sound that good because it fed back and it was arguing within itself. So what I did is I took a piece of railroad track and I strung a string across it and I put a pickup under it. And a pickup was nothing more than some wire again from a telephone, and I put it under the string, and I says, my goodness, this is the way to go.
Yeah.
And
Railroad track?
A railroad track, yeah. Now,
Like a
nobody's
big
going to go out
iron-
and play a railroad track, right?
Yeah.
You can't see a guy coming out playing a railroad track.
Yeah.
So I says, we're going to have to lighten up on this thing a little bit. So the next thing I did was turn to a 4x4. And then from a 4x4, I lightened it up to what you see now.
Yeah. But this is truly, this is an invention that changed the course of music.
Well, I guess that along with the other inventions, which is the multi-track tape machine and the echo and all
Oh, yeah.
the junk.
Sure. But this was the first one, and then you
Well,
went on.
this is a devil. This was
Yeah.
a great asset. And in fact, I was playing in this very building in 8H in 1930 a little bit when we made a decision with Fred Waring. In fact, I did the very first TV broadcast ever out of NBC in 1939 and went all the way to Parsippany, New Jersey.
Oh my. We gotta go for a commercial. We'll be right back.